Hey YouTube, good morning. Well, it's Saturday morning and it looks like version 10.69.2.1 is starting to roll out to employees. My car still has version 10.69.2, so no idea if I'm going to get the release early or be part of the normal rollout. We'll just have to find out. But I have not done an Unmarked Roads video on this version, so a little unprotected yellow arrow here, jumping right over the railroad tracks a little too fast, so I'm going to keep marking those. But yeah, I want to see what the Unmarked Roads behavior, if it's any different. I've driven on this road quite a bit and have noticed, I think, a little bit better behavior, but I haven't captured any of it on video yet. All right, starting out at our first intersection here, stop sign. Should give a creep here because it is definitely obstructed. Whoa, it jumped out before there's any way it could have seen. Now it's clear. That was kind of a lurch out into the unknown there. There's no way it could have seen from the B-pillar. All right, there was a speed bump that was acknowledged. And let's see what we get here at this stop sign, if we get a creep line or not. Visibility is much, much better here. I can see clear as day, and that proceeded with a nice commit. Now it looks like we do have a gentleman in the street up here, kind of talking to a car on the side of the road. Let's see, and a speed bump right in front of it. So let's see, it's got a nice map path around it, and yeah, just a little too jerky, and I took over there. I don't know if you saw the way he was reacting to the way the car was steering. I did that for human interaction. It wasn't making him feel comfortable. Interesting. Right when I re-engaged at the stop sign, look at, gosh, it went all the way over to the left there. All right, let's try this again. All right, re-engaged with an oncoming van here. So here's our first car interaction, and it looks like it completely stopped, and it did go pretty far to the right. If you're looking at the screen recording, there was no white to the right of my car, and that's as good as I would think the software could be able to do. Speed bump here. Okay, still accelerating. Still not seeing these darn speed bumps. Okay, wow, leg one was not very impressive. Let's do another one. All right, here we go again. Second leg. Speed bump. Okay, I can't hit it at 30. It's just gonna not do the suspension any good, so I just have to hit the brake when I realize it's not going to slow down for those speed humps. All right, coming back up on a stop sign at this kind of funky deep intersection, and I say funky because it's got this huge median kind of here, and I do have a car behind me, and I'm really creeping slowly, and there it commits. Gosh, much slower than I was wanting to do with the car behind me, but that was all the car. And coming up on this speed bump again. All right, that one I let go, and it got all the way down to 22 because I did feel the braking coming. It's a little bit too far to the left. If there was a car that wanted to turn right, there would not be room for it right here. So it's kind of staying in the middle when there's not a line to guide it where it needs to be at the stop sign. All right, this next stop sign is obscured by this tree, if you can see, and still doesn't see it, still doesn't. Oh, now it just popped in, and then very lately. So late identification, but it did ID it, and it did okay there. But that's kind of interesting to watch how it definitely was doing that off of vision and not just map data, because the stop sign was not being visualized, nor was it starting to slow down for that stop sign either. Okay, let's try another leg. Okay, here we go. We've got the map data set up, and it should be going straight through this stop sign. This is the one that it just jumped and went before. It needs to creep. Okay, that was a good creep. It did not do that last time, that exact intersection. And you even saw the creep wall jumped in there that time. So why did one time it choose to creep correctly and the other time it just decided to go? All right, here's another oncoming car. Let's see how far right. Okay, it got over to the right again nicely, and it's waiting. So this is a much improved behavior. It's getting over to the right and just waiting, but at least it's waiting in the right spot versus just stopping in the middle of the road. I'm feeling it go as far to the right as it could. Now here we have an interesting one where we're opposing at the stop sign. And of course I'm gonna look and now see the car is waiting on that other car to go. See how he went around me? He gave up on me going, and then he went to the right and then went around me. That kind of shows how I really wasn't where I needed to be at the stop sign, just to allow oncoming traffic. All right, didn't stop slowing at all for that speed bump. Re-engaging again. Yeah, I think I'm more disappointed with the speed bump behavior on this video than I am with the actual unmarked roads behavior with oncoming cars. There's the creep and proceeding. We do have another oncoming car. The lighting is a little bit darker in here. Let's see when it decides. And okay, it decided to stop right here. I'm not as far to the right this time, but with me not moving, that car at least was able to see what I was doing. I'm being predictable, and it's a safe maneuver when it gets over to the right as far as it can. Okay, still accelerating. Okay, that was leg 3. Let's try it again. All right, first speed bump. It did a fine job on that one. Slowed all the way down to 17. It must be lighting or something that's creating the inference or the identification of them with the networks or something. I feel like I'm not, look at the white space to the right of my car. I need to use that white space because I'm really in the middle of the intersection. And that creates problems when cars approach that weren't there initially. If it sees the car, it sort of seems to make room for them. But if a car comes along while we're at the stop sign and I don't have room for them, that's the problem. Okay, that one went fine. See where we put ourselves at this stop sign, because we do have an oncoming car. It is, oh gosh, it pulled a little bit to the left there at the end. Let's see where it goes. Is it gonna go? Is it just gonna sit here? Because I am now being a complete road hog and I just let it go, but gosh, that was uncomfortable. It worked, there was plenty of room, but it was definitely a weird human robot interaction there. All right, here's coming up on this obscured stop sign. I can very clearly see it's there. And it looks like we have a mapped path around this car. That car is not, okay, yeah, he's at the stop sign and he had his brake lights on. There were indications he was there. So I just had to take over because it was treating it as a parked car, ironically, at a stop sign. So that was not a good one. I'm gonna re-engage right here at the stop sign. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. It does have a creep line, so I'm comfortable now, it's creeping. And then we'll just proceed on through. One more car here on a little bit wider part of the street. Doesn't even stop on the wider part of the street. Okay, that's 4 legs and unmarked roads with what I'm gonna call disappointing behavior. See how we approach this red light here with the railroad tracks? Look at this. And it just ran that red light. Okay, I let it do it because it was going and I was hoping it was going to see it, but it did not do a stop before running, turning right on red, which is legal here, but you've got to stop somewhere. It just chose not to stop. So, okay, well, here's hoping for the 69.2.1 to have some polish, to tighten up a few of these things, and see what we get next. Leave some comments below. Let me know what you guys think. Have a great day.